Okay, I was reading an interesting problem on Reddit, and the poster is Reddit Our Statistics, and the poster is trying to find the average number of games you'd have to play in order to earn at least 40 points, assuming if you win, you get 5 points, and if you lose, you get 2 points. And being kind of an Excel nerd, I figured I'd run a Monte Carlo analysis on this and run a bunch of trials and find the average number of games. So I'll show you how I did it. I would go W is going to be awarded 5 points, and we're also given a loss is awarded 2 points, and we want to, so that's what we're given, and we want to find the average number of games to reach 40 points, right? Okay, so for a solution, what we could do, we could say, well, we could have first we have to have our games. So we'll say I'm gonna go ahead and justify this. We're gonna have 1, 2, and then the most games you'd ever have to play to reach 40 points is 20 games. So we'll go ahead and just go all the way up to 20. Copy this down. And then we could do some random, we'll do a random round array. So we'll do some random numbers. And I'll go equals round array. And I want it to be 20 rows in 1 column. Okay, and so it'll give me an array of 20 numbers between 0 and 1. And then I'll award points in each game. So it's like a 50-50 chance. This is a uniform distribution. So I'll say this equals if this number is less than 1/2. Well, if it's true, we'll just pick one. We'll say if it's less than 1/2, it's 5. I'm going to go ahead and F4 that because I want to copy it down. And if it's not less than 1/2, then there would be a loss, which would be 2. And I'll F4 that because I want to copy it down. And then, so if I copy that down, I have a bunch of games. And then I can do something, we can do a running total. And so I can just start running a total here. So this is equal to this plus this, right? And then this one is equal to this plus this. And if I copy that down, it'll give me a running total. And so some games, you know, every time I hit F9 now, I'll get different results, right? Sometimes it'll take a different number of games. So I want to see, so what I could do, I could say, well, I guess I could try to find find if it reaches 40. So we know we have to play at least 8 games, right? Because if you won 8 times in a row, that'd be 40 times. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to say equals if this is greater than or equal to the number of points. I'm going to go ahead and F4 that because I want to copy this down. Greater than or equal to 40 points. Then I want to say, well, it took 8 games. Otherwise, I just want a blank there. And then, so now I can copy this formula down. So now every time I hit F9, it'll be a different number of games, right? So I can hit F9 many times to recalculate my random numbers. So now I can finally say number of games needed to reach at least 40 points. And I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to format that. Here I'm just going to, I want the equals the minimum of, let me just go like that. Well, it's going to be the minimum from 8 down, right? Because it's never going to be less than that. But anyway, and then we can do, every time I hit 9, it'll tell me how many trials, how many games it took. All right. Oops. Hitting the wrong key here, F9. So sometimes it takes 12, 13. So now it's telling me how many times it takes to reach that. So now we can do our Monte Carlo analysis. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go trials. And I'm going to go 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to fill, series, columns. And I'll go down. We'll go 500,000. 1, 2, 3, 500,000 trials. And go OK. And then what I'm going to do under this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this equals whatever this answer is here. Right? So I'm going to do something called a data table. So I'm going to highlight this. And here's a trick. When you're doing a data table and you're using a Monte Carlo analysis, I'm going to go to Data, What If Analysis, Data Table. And the trick is, this is in columns, right? I'm just going to click on a blank cell. And it'll randomly fill that in for me. So I'm going to go OK. It's going to take a while because it's doing it 500,000 times. I have a fairly fast computer, but still, it's going to take it a few seconds to get this done. Okay. And finally I can go here and go equals average of how many of these trials. And so every time I hit F9 now, it's going to go ahead and recalculate that. It's going to run this thing 500,000 times over here, right? So if I do it a bunch of times, I can see it somewhere around 11.87. Well, let's just round it. We round it. Well, it looks like 11.875. Okay. So I would say it's somewhere around 11.875. So obviously the more trials I would do, the more accurate this would be. So that would be my answer, 11.875. So hopefully that was interesting to you. I know I went kind of quick. I don't think I made a mistake, but let me know if you think that's great. Thank you. Bye.